What's up guys, Sage here, and I'm back with another video. On this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Raum. But before I get into the gameplay, I want to show you guys his abilities right quick. So, his first ability is his ult, and it's called Cataclysm. It's an area of damage move. Savagely stomp the ground and send forth a shockwave in a 45-degree cone that deals 999 damage and stuns enemies for 1.2 seconds. This ability pierces enemies, destroys shields and deployable walls, and has a range of 100 units. You are rooted and immune to crowd control while using this ability. You can turn up to 60 degrees in either direction after activation. And his next ability is his basic attack, an abyssal soul shredding Gatling gun that spins up before firing. After 1 second, it starts to fire, reaching its maximum attack speed. After an additional 2 seconds at maximum rev, it deals 45 damage every 0.05 seconds. Has a maximum amount count of 500 and is fully effective up to 80 units. And its passive, every 6 shots that hit an enemy shatters and part of their soul, creating a soul fragment. Soul fragments can be collected by colliding with them or by activating soul harvest. His third is ignition. Ignite your Hellfire Gatling to immediately full spin it up and cause it to consume no ammo for 3 seconds after activation. And then soul harvest. Harvest your enemy's shattered soul, generating 2,000 soul armor and drawing all loose soul fragments to you. Soul fragment generates an additional 200 soul armor on pickup. You can have a maximum of 4,000 soul armor. And then his last one is Juggernaut. After 1.2 seconds, charge for 4 seconds, dealing 700 damage and applying a 900 knockup to each player hit. You maintain limited turn control and reduce the effectiveness of knockup effects applied to you while charging. And then let's take a quick look at his talents. His first one is Enforcer. Reduce your damage taken by 75% while using Juggernaut. Earth Splitter. Increase your ultimate charge rate by 60%. And then the last one is Subservience. Allies in 40 unit radius around you heal 100 health with each soul harvested. So first off guys, this is the build that I use for him. His first build is also good, but I prefer this one because it's just more of my style. Also, when you're starting a match, what I recommend doing is putting on Moral Boost, due to the fact that when you use Moral Boost and then you put on his talent, which you should run Earth Splitter, it gives you 60% charge on your ult, and with the Moral Booster, it increases it a lot more. So that just gives you a spammable ult, and his ult is actually very powerful. Like I said, guys, from reading it, you guys already know it drops all walls and all that. And it does 999 damage, and it stuns players. So it's just a very powerful ult. What I recommend doing with his ult, though, is not to use it unless you could get like a 2-person stun with it, which is a very good play. It could change a whole fight. Also, you can also use it to drop like Barracks ult and or other like walls to help you win the fight. But like I said, guys, I recommend running this because it makes you be able to use your ult all the time. Especially with the way how he is, you're always going to be in the fight. Because you're going to get all aggro. That's how you're supposed to use him. You're supposed to play for all aggro. And you're supposed to make them fear you. Because his DPS, he could easily take out one light character. But at the same time, you got to remember, you have to tank while doing that and grab all the aggro. And when starting the match, I don't recommend running on the point with your mount. Before you hit the point, get off your mount and then do your Juggernaut charge. Your Juggernaut charge could easily get the first strike on the enemy, and the plan is to hit a light character. If you hit a light character, that's an easy 700 on that character. Then when you start off with a 700, go straight into your ignition and max up your fire rate for your weapon, which you could easily start lasering that enemy's bar and start getting a collection of your soul harvest ability, and you could start charging that up. And you don't want to wait too long, because when you're charging up your soul harvest, if you wait too long, you will start to lose it. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you get a lot, as much as you can, to the point to where when you do activate your soul harvest, you get a lot of HP, almost 1,000. But at the same time, you gotta not wait too long. Like if you wait too long, you'll basically make it weaker. So yeah, that's a very powerful play when you do it that way, because you won't go down. It'll be so hard for them to take you down. It'll literally take like 3-4 players just to take you down. It's that much defense that you'll have that is just they won't be able to take you down. Like, your HP will be that high, so you would just be that powerful. And while you're doing that, you're still shooting at the enemy, getting your ult charge because you're running Moral Booster with the Earth Splitter. So you're obviously going to end up winning that fight if you keep sitting there with them for that long. It's going to automatically happen. Especially if your team is helping you on the battlefield, it's an easy takedown for you guys if you ult 2 players and then y'all could just rush in and just take them out. Especially DPS flanks, it's easy picks. And if you take a look at the gameplay in the back, you'll see how fast I'm getting my ult charge and how I'm using him at the start of the game to, you know, push in the back. You could also use him as a barrier tank. You know how the barrier tanks sit in one location, stationary, just holding stuff down. You could use him like that, but he's more of an off tank, but you could use him in a barrier tank kind of way because he tanks so much. He tanks more than Terminus. He tanks more than Khan. He tanks more than Inara. He just max tanks. Like, he max tanks. And he doesn't have any kind of walls or anything. He just max tanks because so much HP. And as he's fighting, he's getting more HP. And it's just, that's why he max tanks. Like, and it's just pretty insane, guys. It's very good so far. He's a very powerful character, guys. He's a very powerful character. Very hard to take down. I do see him getting nerfed, but I don't think they're going to touch him right away. And if they do, I mean, I could see it because if you get a Raum Terminus combo, it's going to be so hard to get them off the point. I played casual matches with a Raum Terminus or a Raum Khan, stuff like that. It's just hard to take them down, even with Max Categorize, Wrecker, and all of that. To take down Khan's barrier, all that stuff is so hard to take them down because they tank so much. Like, if they know what they're doing, especially, it's mad hard to take them down. But yeah, guys, in the fight, you have to make sure you play that way to make sure you get enough soul harvest, make sure you're doing your damage, and you got to make sure that, you know, you're keeping the fight focused on you. Like, if the fight's not focused on you, hey, you could just go around, line somebody in their back, take them out, you know, keep moving, get a lot of HP, and if they let you do that, you're going to be tanking for like a little while, longer than you were supposed to be if they let you do all that. And then at that point, you're definitely going to keep getting your ult charge. So most definitely, you're going to be able to spam your ult, and you guys will most definitely win that push. So like I said, guys, I recommend running Moral Booster and Earth Splitter. It's a very powerful build. I used it, as you guys see in the gameplay. I used it. It was a mad powerful build. I was bodying the whole lobby. Like, it's a very powerful build, guys. And if you run that with Rejuvenate and your healer is healing you correctly, guys, you will not go down. I can guarantee you, you will not go down. It will take so much work just to take you down. And while they're worrying about taking you down, they're definitely going to be losing to your team if your team's doing their job. So, like I said, guys, you really got to be a menace on the point. You really got to be a menace on the point or off the point, depending on what you choose to do. Because you can go on point. Like I said, you could go off point. And the point is, when you do that, you have to go for the lower enemies. Like, when you go for the lower enemies, you'll be able to line them out the game. Especially when you get your ult charge, you could just slam 2 players, easy slam, focus one of them, take one of them out. They won't be able to take you out in time because, you know, you could just bust your soul harvest. Even if they're categorizing you, you'll still be able to pick one player out. And if your team is helping you doing their job, you know, you'll be able to easily win that fight, and you guys will win that push every time, guys. I can guarantee you. Because during rank play, there's not going to be 2 ROMs in the game. It's going to have to be some kind of other tank to fight against you. So, if doing that, that's easily you're going to win that fight. So, I mean, it's a very powerful character, guys. And while Terminus is on him and you're just lining up Terminus, guys, that's an easy charge on your ability. So, I mean, you're going to be tanking right along with him. So, he could challenge, guys. He's up there. He could definitely challenge. But that's it for this video, guys. I will also be making a guide on Io because I love the way how she plays. And it seems like not many people know how to really use her like that from what I played with. But yeah, I'll be making a video on that. And if you guys want to catch more videos like this and more, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you won't miss a video. It's been Sage, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.